Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. I hope you're having a good weekend. There can't be many fighters with a 10-4 record than Botizhon Akhmedov. This is a Russian fighter. He's 33 years old. No, he's not. He's from Uzbekistan, not Russia, Uzbekistan. He's a southpaw, and he's based in LA. And he obviously came to America to make a few quid, to sort of try and have a successful career. He has 10 wins, 9 KOs, 4 defeats, with none of them by stoppage, and no draws. Well, his career is perfectly summed up. A hard luck career, really, when you look at his losses rather than his wins, because he lost a majority decision to Kenneth Sims Jr. That was last year. Albert Puello beat him on a split decision. Mario Barrios was undefeated. He beat him over 12. I can vaguely remember that fight. I think it was a win for Barrios, but he was made to work. And most recently, today, in fact, he lost a unanimous 10-round decision to Oscar Duarte. Now, Akhmedov, a real hard luck guy, like I say, a 10-4 record, but much, much better than that record suggests. Much better. He did actually have quite a long amateur career. And Oscar Duarte, very much a flashier looking record from Mexico, tough guy, orthodox fighter, 28 wins with 22 KOs, 2 defeats. Akhmedov, by the way, is a southpaw. Should have pointed that out. So in this particular fight, you had the southpaw versus the orthodox fighter. But when we talk about Duarte's defeats, Ryan Garcia stopped him in 8 rounds. He had a split decision loss earlier on in his career, 5 years ago. And he's a good fighter. But this was a nip and tuck, very, very tough, gruelling 10-round fight that Duarte had with Akhmedov. And I had it a draw, 95-95. The win went to Duarte, a unanimous decision. 98-92 was one of the cards. I have no idea what that judge was watching. 97-93 was pushing it. Because, yes, I've no problem with Duarte being given the decision, but to me it was 96-94 at the best. And you can divide this fight into 2 halves. You can say that the first half, Akhmedov won more rounds, and then in the second half, Duarte won more rounds. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, Akhmedov was robbed, because the word robbed is always thrown around whenever people don't like a decision. And, it's one of the most stupid misuses of words that exists. I wouldn't say he was robbed, but I would certainly say that even in the second half of the fight, when Akhmedov was being hurt by Duarte, he was still throwing punches. I just thought the quality of the work, the heavy hands of Duarte won him the second half of that fight. And I had it a draw. But thinking about the first half of the fight, yeah, you can give rounds to Duarte. There's no doubt the industry from Akhmedov, that was prominent. He was letting his hands go all the time. Whereas Duarte, more accuracy, heavier hands, bit more front-footed. Akhmedov wasn't running, but he was boxing more on the back foot, letting his hands go, but being a little bit more defensively conscious. And it was weird because they were, like I said, one's a southpaw. Duarte's orthodox, Akhmedov's southpaw. And yet their styles are quite similar. So they're different stances, but very similar styles. And yes, okay, Akhmedov was on the back foot a little bit more, but they were both landing. The way they were throwing their punches, the combinations were quite similar. I think in the second half of the fight, Duarte landed a couple of very good body punches. I mean, there was one left hook that really hurt Akhmedov. It looked to really sting him. He hid the pain well, but you could tell his body language changed, his shape changed. A bit more of that would have probably won Duarte the fight more conclusively, in my opinion. He did win it conclusively on the cards. With Akhmedov, it was more a case of, I'll vary my punches, but I'm going to let my hands go. And it's going to be, the quantity of punches. I'm going to out-punch him. But of course, as with a lot of Mexican fighters, their output may be less, but they concentrate when they're trained, when they're taught, they concentrate on accuracy. Akhmedov with his amateur style, I suppose maybe that's an overlap, the amount of punches he likes to throw. But it's also worth mentioning that Akhmedov was, he took this fight at late notice. And I think his conditioning might have told a little bit. Whether he'd prepared for a real grueling 10-rounder at that pace with that amount of output, I'm not sure about that. But this was a good, tough fight. You know, a real grueler, not explosive, but very hard, tough, you know, a sort of dour struggle, an attritional war. It was on the undercard of Billum Smith versus Zurdo Ramirez. So go and have a look at it and tell me what you think, because this was a good little 10-rounder, I thought. And let me know who you think won. Like I say, I had it a draw, but it was a unanimous decision for Duarte. But Akhmedov, with a 10-4 record, I mean, he's so much better than that. He's a terrific gatekeeper type, and he's had absolutely no luck from the judges at all. Not the rub of the green. And he is 33. I mean, Duarte's 28, so he's got a bit of time left. But at 33, you need to be picking up those wins. Whether he wants to continue or not, Akhmedov, I don't know. But he had Bek the Bully, Bektimir Markuziev in his corner as well, because they're both from Uzbekistan. Yeah, tough fight, good fight. Go and have a look at it, tell me what you think, and leave your comments below. And please, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, and if you could subscribe to the channel as well, that would help us out, because we want to build the channel up. We've got plenty more videos for you. Yeah, plenty more videos to come today, actually, because we've got the main event and a couple of very, very intriguing undercard fights as well. So let me know what you think. I'm looking forward to reading your comments. And until next time, bye for now.